The world of Alurin, a land promising adventure, treasure, and glory at every turn for all the many, many heroes that inhabit it. From the far reaches of the frozen fjords to the sweltering jungles of Ishtka, opportunity awaits for all those brave enough to seek it. And, wait, who are you?
However, we are not the heroes of this tale, so welcome to the Party in Peril Villains Campaign.
Welcome to our new Party in Peril D&D campaign. My name is Chris. I'm going to be your dungeon master. This is going to be a world of high fantasy, lots of magic, lots of various races, kingdoms, creatures, cultures. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for treasures, magic items, and fun role play. Not the sexual kind. I mean, unless that's where you guys are. Unless that's where you want to go. You are a group of creatures that have banded together to carry out the usual odd jobs for a villain. Robbery, theft, kidnapping, murder, all the fun stuff. And you do this as a part of the Consortium of Villainy, a guild of creatures and monsters who, like you, are trying to make a name for themselves and climb the ranks of the Consortium, or become the boss monster of your very own dungeon. However, you've yet to catch a big break and have had to settle for traveling the land to take some less than impressive jobs until your reputation can be established. So once we begin, you will be working out of a pre-established quote-unquote dungeon.
Hey, I'm Joseph. My character's name is Wazlo Z's. He's your typical goblin appearance-wise. He's intimidating, but only because he is constantly irate goblin. Like, he gets upset over the smallest things. Okay. He's just a mad goblin. Like that. Maybe a scar here and there. Just again from previous battles that he most likely lost. Okay. And it's not even necessarily in that he was fighting any sort of like grand battles or wars. It was probably just against fellow goblins. Okay. He was trying to prove superiority and then failed at that. Nice. Okay. He has pretty long, obviously pointy ears, and that's where one of the chunk is taken out of one of those. Okay. Yeah.
How did Wazlo become a sorcerer? Like, where did his power come from?
It was brought about by, let's think about Gohan, brought about by rage over a situation, or even Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. Okay. I don't know why Dragon Ball Z is on my mind, but
no, I like it. So something made him so angry that all of a sudden this like latent magic that was in his blood manifested.
Yeah, essentially. Okay. Not even a very powerful spell, like maybe like a magic missile or something just like spurted out. And
like Ray of Frost just popped out and he's like,
yeah, just something tiny. Like not even a Ray of Frost that was very powerful. It just like the guy's like, hey, it got a little chilly in here.
It could have been like Mob 100, his brother. Where it was
someone turned the thermostat
down?
Like, what? So this could be fun. So what was the thing that made him so angry that his powers manifested?
I'm going to take it to a personal level, and someone insulted the size of his ears because he has overly large ears even for a goblin. So, so he takes that insult very personally. My origins are of wild magic, so there are times when I roll that it's going to do something random that I don't even know what's going to happen. I could potentially be doing something very helpful, but I could also be detrimental to us in some way.
I'm Shaddai. So my character, her name is Lilith. She's also maybe like a mix with human features, especially, you know, like a little bit from like the breast up, her upper torso. She has a bald head. She's just like, fuck it. She just shaves it all. Her ears are more kind of like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
So almost like tiny little like fin kind of things on the side of her head.
Yeah, like fins.
Okay. Cool.
Fin ears. She's good at slithering around, I guess.
So like the lower half is like basically all snake. Like, okay.
Yes, her lower half is all snake. So I made her 111 years old, but she's been here long enough to also appreciate the nice things that life has to offer.
I'm Rochelle. My character's name is Len. She was never really understood by her pixie brother, and she just really likes stealing stuff from people, and she really likes gold and shiny things, and sometimes she found that violence is a little quicker at stealing stuff. She seeks out the thrill of the steal. It's not necessarily greed that drives her. It's the thrill of stealing and getting away with stuff. And she kind of gets tunnel vision. Like if she wants something, she's just gonna go for it and doesn't. And then that social awkwardness of like, well, we're a team. I might get my team into danger because of it.
So with that said, like, how do you think each of you guys would have met?
We're all in prison together at one point. We meet Lilith, you and I, we make an uneasy alliance, and then she gets out before we do. We either break out or get out at some point together, and we're sort of working together on this this hint we got at like a robbery, and so we're going to take that action, and it happens to be Lilith's place, and we're like, oh my god, like we know you.
Buddy.
Yeah, former cellmate. And then that's when we kind of form our team.
The Hellmates.
We were the Hellmates.
Okay, I love it, guys. I love that idea. Hellmates. Okay, here's the thing I'm very excited about. These are Peril points. This is unique to our game very specifically. These Peril points, these are special points earned by the listeners of our show and made usable by you three. The party earns 1 Peril point per review on Apple Podcasts. Even if it's a bad review, you earn a Peril point. Peril points can be used only to buy items from Sleazel, a wandering Kinku merchant that deals in potions and unique magical items. He's a crow man. He's a Kinku. He will be wandering the world. You'll run into him at various times, and you can spend your Peril points with him. Also, I'm going to continue the tradition of if they leave a comment on their rating with their name included, I'm going to work their name into the game somehow. So a lot of the last half of the first season of Party in Peril, a lot of our characters were named after people that left us reviews, like Emily, direct name, That Bird Indigo, directly from one of the listeners, stuff like that. So people that support us on Patreon get to do stuff as well. They get to work with me on creating a magic item that will be available through Sleazel. We already have one worked with me and Nickel Force. So he's one of our Patreon supporters. Him and I have created an item that Sleazel will be carrying around, and you can purchase from him if you like. Here's some additional rules and things that you guys are going to get. This is the I got a guy rule. If you guys are not engaged in combat, but still need assistance with something, if you guys have exhausted all your ideas, you're just like, man, I don't know the way that my character is going to be able to figure this out. I've got nothing. Like all three of you are just at a loss. You can invoke I got a guy. You can invoke the rule to quickly work with me to come up with an NPC that may be able to assist you guys in your need. The player that invokes the rule will need to make a charisma roll to see how this character reacts to your presence or request. So even though we make this person might not even like you. And then critical rolls are going to work the same way as they did in our last season. Natural 20 on an attack roll. You're going to do your maximum damage, and then you're going to roll your damage a second time. Wazlo has wild magic, as we talked about. Any spell cast at level 1 or higher, so this isn't your cantrips, but it's anything other than your cantrips. He also has to roll a d20 for a wild magic surge. Normally a surge only occurs if he rolls a natural 1, but we wanted to make things more interesting, so they occur more often. So instead, he will roll a d20 and then subtract the level of spell from it. If the result is 1 or less, then a surge occurs. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for spending this much time, like helping flesh everything out and stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
For sure.
I like that definitely. We were able to get this all developed in this session.
Hell yeah. I'm very happy and excited. So, all right. We'll see you guys later then.
Bye.
All right. Sounds good. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Party in Peril Villains, a podcast produced by NerdSloth.com. If you had a good time, please just do us one little favor and share this episode, or clip your favorite parts of the episode and share that with any friends, family, or on social media. And don't forget that you can impact our players and give them an edge by giving us a rating on Apple Podcasts, which translates in-game as Peril points, which they can use to purchase special items, including weapons or gadgets crafted by our NerdSloth Patreon supporters. Many of the sound effects heard in the show were licensed from Sword Coast Soundscapes, so please visit swordcoastsoundscapes.bandcamp.com to hear all of their amazing ambient and background audio productions. And also a huge thank you to Atlas Music for providing the Villains theme song, Drop the Beat, My Lord. You can find even more of his fantastic modern-day fantasy mixes on YouTube or Songtrader. Love y'all, and roll those 20s. Presented by NerdSloth,
a place for lazy nerds.
If you like what you heard, consider donating at patreon.com/nerdsloth so we can continue bringing you quality shows. Be sure to also leave us a review and share your favorite episodes and clips on social media. If you're looking for more content, visit us at nerdsloth.com.